Welcome to Subramani. I'd be very happy if you share these concepts and stories with your family, because no, I don't think too many videos are being made with some of our old stories. Not that I'm going to quote this story much, but Yayutsu was a man who asked his sons to exchange their youth for his kingdom, or youth for wealth, right? The first son refused, second son refused, the third son accepted it and said, okay, here is my youth, give me the kingdom, or give me money, whatever. Now imagine you go to Warren Buffett and say, sir, you just a fantastic investor, etc., etc., etc. I wish I were like you. And if he were to make you an offer, let's say you were 26 years of age, and he made you an offer saying, and it is possible to do this, was he said, okay, I am now 95 years of age, I'll give you all my wealth, and you give me your youth. So make me 26, you become 96 and take all my wealth. Would you take this offer? 99% of the people would not take the offer, right? People want the money now at a young age, without the effort and time that Warren Buffett has put to create it, right? N is the most important thing in compounding. So I advise many young boys, especially those doing their MBBS, that is the category that I meet the most, or maybe some doing chartered accountancy, saying that first few years if you live frugally, it is good. So which means what in the US goes as living like a resident, as a student you do live reasonably well. You go to a college, you have hostel, you get some stipend, you have some money, maybe your parents are also giving you some money. You live a reasonable life, but not a luxurious life. So I keep saying, living like a student or living like a resident for 3 or 5 more years when you start earning would be just fantastic, because that start early works and you have created wealth, and after that the stress is less. So which means what I'm trying to say is, you have to earn money, you have to save money, you have to invest money, you have to pay your taxes, you have to spend money, and you have to give away in charity. You have to do all of this. You cannot, for example, say, I will do all my earning from the age of say 27 to the age of 54. After that I will learn how to save, and after that I will learn how to invest, and after that I will pay taxes. That doesn't work. All these activities have to be done at the same time. So yes, when you are earning, you have to spend, you have to pay your taxes, you have to live your life, you have to do all of this at the same time, right? So when should you spend money? Well, obviously when you are earning. If you spend money, will the spending make you happier? Again, a difficult question to answer. When you don't have money, you think getting more money and spending more money will make you happy. Then you later on realize that yes, spending money is good, but after some time, if you buy things and after some time you lose interest, respect for that item or whatever, and so it is not giving you as much pleasure as you thought it would give, right? So you realize that also. So I think as a society we overemphasize the pleasures of spending, and we don't do enough introspection of saying, does it really give me pleasure? Or can you translate and say, let us say you are earning 1000 rupees a day, and you look at a restaurant which will cost you say 5000 rupees for a meal. The question to ask is 5 days effort worth for this meal, right? I mean, when you are earning much more, when you are earning 10,000 rupees a day, this is half a day's effort. Then the question is again, is it worth half a day's effort? Is it worth quarter day's effort? Is it worth 2 hours effort? That is a question that you have to constantly ask yourself, that the most important asset all of us have is time. How to allocate the time, how much of time to be spent on earning, how much to in learning and in investing and all those things, right? You cannot escape learning about your diet, you cannot escape learning about your body needing exercise, you cannot escape learning about wealth, which you have to manage yourself, right? All this is important. Yes, of course you can hire a coach for your gym. You can always hire a coach for go to a dietitian and decide what to ask, because we may have many myths in our head. When you go to a dietitian, he or she will first break all those myths and teach you the exact choices to be made. Same thing in finances. If you have somebody within the family who understands, who is doing it as a profession and willing to teach you, that's great. Otherwise you have to find somebody who will teach you all those things, right? So all those things you have to do yourself. Yes, you will get outside help, but you will still have to do it, and you will have to do everything now, right? Like I said, earning, saving, investing, spending, paying taxes, giving away for charity, all this you have to do, and you have to do now. Can you just postpone and wait? I don't know. And I mean, I can defend living like a student for a longish period, slightly longish period, maybe 5 years, because it will give you the basis on which you can base your whole life. Or creating a fund with which you can have your whole life. Of course, when you start your investing, you need to define your goals. Maybe there's a short-term goal, maybe there's a long-term goal, all that happens. But when you live as a resident, which means you are earning 100, and earlier you were earning 100 and spending maybe 90, and now you are going to be earning 500 or 700 and still learning to live on 90. Okay, double it, make it 180, but don't make it 700, right? So don't blow all your money. Maybe first month, maybe second month, but after that come back and learn to live like a student, right? So the average income and all those things does not make too much sense to worry about, but see the lifestyle that your parents are leading. See whether you can afford it. I mean, if your father takes you out to eat in a fancy hotel, that's a great thing, go. I mean, but out of your own money, maybe you can't afford it, right? So you have to create your own corpus. Yes, of course, all of us will inherit some money. I mean, I'm sure I will also inherit some money, which I may be able to use at a later stage. But the question is, what is the corpus that you are creating for yourself? How do you live with your money, so that tomorrow, if you have to buy something, maybe buy a place of work, buy a clinic, buy a dispensary, whatever, you will have money. I don't think delayed gratification is very difficult for doctors and chartered accountants, because these are two professions who are putting away their earning for a long period of time. Especially when all their friends are going out and having fun, you are giving up your time, right? You are giving up all that fun, saying, okay, I will cut down all this, and I will concentrate on my education. So maybe you're 22, 23 by the time you pass your CA, and maybe you're 28 by the time you pass your MBBS effectively. Maybe you did MS or MD, whatever, or maybe you're 32 by the time you finish all your education. So somebody who has learned that kind of delayed gratification should not find it very difficult to do delayed gratification with money. I'm not saying you will keep on delaying and denying for the rest of your life, but yes, postponing for some time so that you can live frugally and use that money to create a corpus from which you will grow your life, your business, your spending, whatever. It's not very difficult for these two professionals, so try it. It's good, because sometimes at 40, if you slow down, you will be very thankful that this early corpus which you created has grown to a nice amount with which you can afford to take a break for a year or two. Really, it's useful for an early retirement, even if it's a temporary retirement. Thank you.